We are fabulous.
And we are our own standard of beauty. Hello beautiful people, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about standards of beauty. The purpose of this video is to highlight the other standards of beauty that are a huge percentage of the everyday woman. This topic is so close to my heart because I've been told so many times that I am not beautiful and that I would not amount to anything. But I'm here to tell you that it's all BS. Whatever negative anyone said, it's their opinion and it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it's the truth. The fact is, people have just made up this whole beauty of standards thing that haunts so many of us women, making us want to perfect ourselves to the extent it's not even healthy. Looking back into my life and experiences, I realized that every place I have lived in or visited has a culture, and that culture defines most of our upbringing, meaning it also helps shape our ideas about beauty standards. For example, growing up in Uganda, I was told being petite is not beautiful, while since moving to Australia, I learned that being petite is attractive. Either way, I'm still not the main commercialized standard of beauty, that being the straight, silky, blonde hair, blue eyes, petite and tall woman. Not that she's not beautiful, she is, but representation also matters. If I keep seeing only one type of woman advertised as a main standard of beauty, then it becomes clear to me that my kind is not celebrated, therefore I feel excluded. I realize that media is slowly moving into being inclusive, but it still has a long way to go. We all need to participate and help this change happen a little faster. I hope this video encourages a few women out there that feel left out or that they don't matter. You do matter to someone out there. But before we move forward, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel, and if you could please click on the notification bell so that you can get a notification every time we put up a new video. That would be great. Also, if you found this video useful, please like, comment, and let's continue the conversation. Here are a few amazing ladies, including myself, tell their experiences about beauty standards.
So my ethnic background, my mum is from New South Wales, Australia, and my dad is from Stockholm, Sweden. So the standards of beauty for me has changed throughout my upbringing because I have been brought up in a few different cultures, but I think living in the Middle East was the most impactful culture for me. Being standard of beauty was, I wasn't accepted. I was very different. I obviously had, the blue eyes, the blonde hair, and I was at school with mostly Arab children. So I think that's definitely impacted the standard of beauty for me. I think it's impacted the standard of beauty for me in that I've accepted that people are different, that people look different, that people see beauty in very different ways, and that it's okay to be different, that, some people might not accept it, but that's okay. So I was brought up being told that I was always very beautiful and being told to love myself, but being different to, so when I was in the Middle East, being different to a lot of the kids that I went to school with, I was bullied quite a lot, and it didn't make me feel like I was beautiful. It didn't make me feel like I was accepted or worthy. So it definitely affected me in different ways, such as, my mental health and my self-worth and the way that I thought about myself. So I didn't have a very good idea of who I was and the beauty that I hold. I didn't see that through my upbringing. So social media has definitely impacted my views of like the standard of beauty, because I always aspired to be, what I saw on Instagram or what I saw on Facebook or what I saw on TV. I always aspired to be a size 6 and to, have that tan body and have those abs and have the booty and the boobs, and it's definitely impacted how I see beauty. But now it's impacted it in a different way, in that although I think those women are beautiful, I've come to the realization that that's just not me. I will never be a size 6, you know, I will never be an Instagram model, but I'm beautiful in my own way. So I think that now that I've realized that I am my goal, that I need to look up to me, I need to work towards what I know I can reach, I think that I've realized that I just need to love myself in every stage of my journey. You know, I've had roadblocks where I was really, really fit and then I had to have surgery, and that's put a setback on my fitness journey. But you know, the background image on my phone is of me when I was at my best, and that's who I aspire to be. And then most recently I've got self-love tattooed on my arm, but it's mirror image. So when I look in the mirror, I have to love everything that I see, because at every stage in my life and every stage that my body goes through, I need to love it, I need to nurture it, and I need to accept it.
Sudanese. So my mom is from the south and my dad is from the north. So I've got Arab heritage. So obviously in Sudan, growing up as a child, what I have seen there was that women have to be very conservative all the time. So they dress modestly and they have to cover themselves from head to toe. So standard of beauty, like women did not display a lot of their body for publics. So standard of beauty was perceived on the way how you dressed up, like the type of attires that you have and how you presented yourself in public, obviously dressed modestly. I grew into that culture, you know, knowing that as a woman I have to be very conservative, I have to cover myself and dress modestly. But then when I came to Australia, it was more like a culture shock at the beginning, because then women are, like, you know, here are very free to dress however they want to dress and not feel judged, not feel ashamed. And obviously at the beginning it was very, it was a culture shock for me, but now I'm actually embracing it, loving my body and be who I am. There's a lot of pressure being put on me as a woman. I see women getting, you know, fillers, lip injection, butt implant. It puts a lot of pressure on me to try and compete and, like, you know, be like them. But then again, I tell myself that I am beautiful and I have to embrace what I have, and sometimes just, you know, realize that sometimes most of the thing that social media is putting out there is not realistic. What I am doing to love myself is making sure I take care of myself, have like some downtime for myself, go and get a mani and pedi once every now and then, you know, and make, you know, some time for the special people in my life, my family and my friends, and also, like, you know, just, you know, stay active and eat healthy and yeah, live life to the fullest, because life is too short. You never know what will happen tomorrow.
Well, South Korea, like most of Asian countries, they don't really mix that a lot. So, well, obviously my parents are all from South Korea as well. Yep. Well, in my culture, beauty was quite westernized, only it's because we had a history of Korean War in 1950s, and at the time, because the American army came through inside of Korea, so from that we used to listen American pop songs and the videos and movies, so we always wanted to be like Western look. So I was the same, I guess. Well, because I am like purely Asian, I used to hide my feature because I always wanted to be more Western look. I wanted to have blonde hair, blue eyes, and big eyelid, and like high nose, small cheekbones, but I can't have them. So I never really loved myself, how the way how I look. So yeah, but that impacted a lot of those cultural things, makes me feel like I am not beautiful enough. Well, I don't think so now. Well, social media is like love and hate relationship to me, because I absolutely hate it, but somehow I can't stop looking at it. So obviously it impacted a lot to me that when I look at those beautiful people and have that perfect skins and bodies, I definitely want to be like them. And I'm really tempted to get my lippies done, the filler things, and I want to look younger, and those everything. But at the end of the day, I realized that I am still beautiful the way how I look, and it's actually good to be different. So I started to use those social media to show off to other people being different is also beautiful, and you can be beautiful in a different ways, and you should be just proud of yourself. Yeah, because I used to hate myself, how I look, and always wanted to achieve the look what other people say is the beauty. But ever since I came to Australia, I started to recognize that people don't really have that judgmental mentality. So people started to say that I love your high cheekbones, I love your tan skin, I love your small eyes. I couldn't believe that in the beginning. I was like, what? And then now I started to believe that actually people are all different, and also some people has different preference of beauty. And why can't I just have that that idea of beauty which I have right now? Maybe it's the best for me.
I am 100% South Sudanese, but I grew up in Uganda from when I was 2 years old to when I was about 16 years old. I'll mainly talk about my experience in Uganda because that's where I grew up and that's the culture that I got to learn. So the standards of beauty in Uganda were mainly that, a woman is beautiful when they are very curvy, like nice breasts and the bum and the hips, small waist, and then there was being very light-skinned. That was definitely high up on the list. And then obviously having bigger eyes, being a little bit taller. These were definitely the standards of beauty that I grew up in. So basically I felt very ugly. I was always called the ugly duckling in school. The Musudani, like how the Ugandans would call me, because obviously I was darker, my features were very South Sudanese, and I basically was just not good enough even for a man, apparently, because I'm very skinny. Because being curvy is, is considered that the family has got money, that you are healthy, you are not sick. And so for me, I was sick and I was from a poor family. So all of these things obviously made me feel really, really not confident in myself, that I'm not worthy of a man, that I am basically just in existence and I would not amount to anything. So social media obviously is good and bad. It's bad because what is with the whole likes and comments, so the more likes you have, the more followers you have, it means that you have greater impact. And unfortunately a lot of times these kind of accounts, the women in it has got, they're either skinny, blonde, blue eyes, or the color of hair might be different, but then they've got big boobs, they've got big bum but very small waist, and obviously there's a lot of it that looks fake, there's a lot of it that looks real. So it's obviously then making you, who is not doing anything artificial, to try to be like these women. good in a sense that there's a lot of freedom I find with social media today, because you can choose to watch these women and be like them, or you can choose to be confident in yourself and put out what you are. And because the reality is there's another woman out there that is going to appreciate you as you are. And so for me, I use it for the goodness of it, that I now try to encourage other women, and I'm just like, you know, not everybody has got to be light-skinned, blue eyes, tall. You know, you can just be yourself and somebody else will love it. And personally, if an Instagram account does not put any value in my life and does not encourage me, I actually just don't follow them, because I just don't need anybody to make me feel any less. Something positive I've learned is that nobody will ever give you validation, not your family, not your husband, nobody. If you want to feel good about yourself, if you want to accept yourself, you have to put in the work mentally and physically. And I went through a phase when I was single that, you know, if I want flowers, I'll buy myself flowers. I'm not going to wait for a man to buy me flowers. I wanted a ring, I bought myself a ring. And so it's just all, you know, because you grow up all your life and you're waiting for somebody to validate you, and then somebody will validate you, but then the next minute somebody will invalidate you. And so it is just not consistent. You're the only person that can be consistent, that can be constant, and tell yourself every day that you're beautiful. And so yeah, just realizing that I'm gonna wait forever if I want somebody to always validate me made me realize I need to snap out of it and just be confident in who I am, because at the end of the day, we all age and aging does not always look good on everybody, but we all age and everything deteriorates. So there's no need to spend so much money on trying to make yourself what you're not and trying to live a double life. Like one of my colleagues said, life is too short. So let's live it up.
I am enough.
I am strong.
I am intelligent.
I am beautiful.
We are fabulous.
And we are our own standard of beauty.